In high school, this would be about 1973. This is before I met my girlfriend that would become my first wife. I knew a girl named Sandy, and of course all the guys were after her. She's really good looking, and she worked at Fuller's restaurant in Londonderry Mall. So of course all those guys would think up excuses to go there, and we didn't have much money, but you could afford tea. So I'd go there and have tea all the time. And she'd come and she'd serve us. She was a waitress there. And she'd, talk to us and gab a little bit. And then her shift would be over. And, the main reason I was there is to try to give her a ride home so I could, spend more time with her. Try to get her to be my girlfriend. So one night, here's the thing, there's no buses that run out to the farm where she lived, and one of her brothers would come get her if she called, but it was a long drive. I think it was about a half an hour to get out there, and it was much to her advantage if she could just get a ride out with somebody. So I decided I'd be the big man and I'd offer to take her to her farm, and she accepted. It was a summer night, I don't know, Friday, Saturday night. So her shift ended, and she, got rid of her uniform, whatever, went out to the parking lot, and I only had one helmet. So I said, okay, well look, I'm in front of you, so I'm going to wear the helmet, and I will, if anything's going to hit us in the face, it'll hit me first, and then you'll be protected. So this is my logic, okay? I didn't even think of taking a spill off of the bike. So she said, yeah, that makes sense. So she climbs on, and I get on, and now this motorcycle was a Honda 305 Dream, and I think it was also a 67. So we get on, and I'm riding along and getting out to the highway, and now there's two things that happen. There's a little side story. In fact, I'm mixing the two up. The one where I was wearing the helmet, okay, the first one was the nighttime. It was nighttime. I put on the helmet. She had already been used to me wearing the helmet. And then we were driving on the highway, and it was dark at night. We're doing 60 miles an hour, and there was a car that pulled up to the side of the highway. I could see it, and that car pulled in front of me on the lane that I was going on, and I figured, well, that's strange. Maybe it doesn't see me. So I get over to the left-hand lane. It's a double lane both ways. So I get over to the other lane, and the car keeps going. And it keeps going and going, and I keep accelerating, and I passed right in front of that car, so close that when we got to Sandy's farm, she said that she could have reached out and touched the hood of that car. To the driver of that car, he would have just seen like that, a motorcycle flashing in front of his headlights, doing highway speed. Because I looked in my rearview mirror, and the front end of that car went eep like that. It dipped because I saw that he had slammed on the brakes. He saw it just at the last second. Me and Sandy would have been killed. We got to her farm, and luckily we were all safe. Dropped her off, and then I rode home. And that particular motorcycle, I preferred to drive it at night because it burned a lot of oil, and there was a big smoke screen coming out of the back. So during the day, people would be honking and going like this behind me because nobody could see. What a piece of crap that motorcycle is. So, we nearly got killed. And that car happened to be an ambulance I saw in the rearview mirror too. So that was a near-death experience. But what I wanted to say about one of the other trips home, it was in the daytime, and this had more to do with who was wearing the helmet. The daytime, I'm heading to her place, her farm, And right in front of me, while I'm on the motorcycle doing 60 miles an hour, I see this big black dot. So instinctively, I couldn't help myself. What do? I go like this. I ducked. That thing was a bumblebee the size of your thumb. It hit her square in the face because she wasn't wearing a helmet and I was the one wearing a helmet, but I ducked. I felt like such a fool. So I get out there. She's got a gigantic red welt on her face like this. No, it's no wonder I never made any headway with Sandy. Kept screwing up, nearly getting her killed. More to come.